Good evening, and I just learned something that the sync buttons on these DJI microphones actually start and stop the recording, which is very convenient because I've always kind of missed that like having a remote or something, and it turns out there is a remote. So kind of almost frustrated that I didn't know that forever, but now I do. So there we go. Although I will say that DJI, they do have some issues, some kind of important challenges that if anyone is someone really on the go and you're always doing videos very fast and you're like, you like stop, take a video. If you're kind of like a fast moving videographer, these are not the ones for you because there's constantly I have to check connections or reconnect or put it back in the case and take it out. It doesn't go to the iPhone. There's issues that just shouldn't occur. They just shouldn't happen. And sometimes just won't connect and I have to like turn them off and turn them on. Or I forget and they power down. Like I had them powered up and I put them in the case, bring them out, all set to go. And I don't realize that this just powered down. I didn't tell it to. I would think as soon as you take it out of the case, be powered on. Why wouldn't you? Especially if it's charged. But anyway, so I'm having to think about, I may have to change direction on my microphone setup, even though I own two of these, really. So there we go. On the counter, I just saw my master's thesis is over there, which is kind of cool. I have two of them. One I have, and one I gave to my parents years ago when I completed it. Gosh, that's over 15 years ago. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. It's getting up there in time, but between 15 and 20 anyway. And yeah, it was kind of cool, though. Years ago, I did go to the university and look for it because they also have a copy in the shelves. You can buy as many as you want, copies of it, but there's on the shelves. And when I saw it during the program, I saw other like master's thesis works, and some of them are creative writing. Some people wrote like short stories or fiction. Just kind of, it was a little bit irritating. I thought all this work I did, there's a lot of research, just hundreds of hours of research, and then other people are like, I'm just going to write a short story. Now, I know it takes a lot of work to write a novel, and that you could do a massive amount of research, even more research maybe, or maybe not. But I just think having the choice, I would rather do just write a book or something. Sure. I mean, not to say anyone written a book, it's not hard. It's just, if you compare the two, if you did both, you'd probably say, you know what, I think I will take the book. And it's like, no, actually, yeah, you know what, that's one of those things like, let's just be honest. Let's be honest. The weather here has been okay. It has not been as bad as it could be. I mean, it's February. We could be dealing with like snow drifts and blizzards, and mainly the biggest issue is icy roads. That just makes everything so much harder. You really just can't go out on icy roads, but we haven't had that. So the weather actually today it was cold, obviously, but sometimes, during part of it was just, I do think I just wore my turtleneck, and then as it got colder, I put on a coat. But got kind of lucky in the weather. It's going to be actually in the 20s next week, so I got lucky there, and no rain. So today was a long drive to the Pillars of Rome, just some natural history, geology, rock formations, really cool, impressive, just amazing what has happened over ages and ages on Earth. So just I have a lot of that stuff here. I mean, a lot of it's everywhere if you look. I mean, the whole Earth. But here it's just like so evident. It's sticking out of the ground like volcanoes and all the things that happened over time. So I would say that is one good thing about Idaho. If you're visiting, you get to see all that kind of stuff. You have to go drive to it in a lot of places. Fossils and so neat. I mean, it's very cool to see. So sometimes I think about the differences between Idaho and California, and weather-wise, nobody beats California weather in the Bay Area on down. I mean, in the South, you're pretty much in LA. That's like good all year long. That's where they talk about the best weather, like most of the year, and better than most of the world. That would be LA. But I mean, obviously, there's places in Italy. There's places where they got it matched. Even Hawaii. Although you sometimes get those hurricanes, which you don't really get in LA. Bay Area does get kind of cold and hot, so you got those extremes. Still, yeah, it's the falls and the spring are what make it better than most other states, just because they just have pleasant weather for the falls and springs, even in the Bay Area, East Bay. Anyway, I don't live there, so what difference does that make? It looks like both mics are recording. Today, meaning back to eating crazy. I started out, most of the day was actually good, and I got to dinner and onward, and it was just candy and chips and whatever. It's like, once the train gets off the tracks, it doesn't crash and stop. It just keeps going, and it heads towards the hills of candy and sweets and snacks. So, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's like, you can't really a day of what kind of normal. I mean, it's not really normal to have so much junk food, but it's normal as far as no limits. I don't know what is normal these days. It's just kind of like it's so hard to get back on track. It's like once the day is shot, the whole day is gone. But if it's one day out of a month, that's fine. It just can't turn into a pattern. So, and if tomorrow's a big eating day, that's fine too. Then what about Sunday, Super Bowl? Yeah, you see why it's like I try not to let myself go for any day, because it just turns into mini days, and once you start losing weeks, then it's over. It's over, Johnny. So one more day of vacation. It's been a very fast one, and that's fine. It's kind of like more refreshing and keeps it exciting. The only bad part, it's just airports. In fact, trains. Trains are the worst part. The train ride itself is not like it's bad, and even the wait to the station, it's like 5 to 10 minutes, but it's just boring. Although I shouldn't complain too much. I have the phone. I can study Spanish. I got stuff to do. It's long, I guess. And then when you get home, you gotta walk. I gotta walk. But carrying a backpack only, at least I'm not rolling luggage down the street. If I want, when I return, I can stop by QFC and get some, like usually after vacation, I stock back up on vegetables so I can start eating vegetables. Because that's the thing that's helped me a lot, is lettuce and carrots and eggs, and yeah, all the stuff I eat for health food I think helps me a lot. All right, just rambling, getting caught up. So it's been fun, and this is day 2. Well, really the first full day. And then tomorrow will be some hot springs with some friends, and then some fun tomorrow night, watching a DVD of an old musical I did years ago. And then back to get ready to go to the airport tomorrow morning. Well, the morning after tomorrow morning. All right, cheers. Oh, actually, I can just hit the button on this now to stop the recording. Yay.